The views and opinions expressed by the guests, callers, and hosts on this and all Rense Radio Network programs do not necessarily reflect or agree with those of the network, its commercial sponsors, its radio station affiliates, or Internet broadcast platforms. In these controversial times, we believe the First Amendment and freedom of the press are absolutely essential to the survival of our nation. Thank you. And now, enjoy the program.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a good day. Hope you had a good night last night. If you didn't, you have another chance this evening. In the current edition, the brand new edition of Gerald Celente's TrendsJournal, which I am holding in my right hand, even though I'm left-handed, it is once again another testimonial to how a magnificent magazine can present real analytical truth without one advertisement in it. I'm amazed. It's all done by subscription. Gerald could easily make a small fortune selling out to ads, but he won't do it. And I think you know the man well enough to know why. He is, of course, featured in the keynote section of the magazine each month. And let me first say hello to him, then I'm going to read a little bit of what he wrote. Hello, Mr. C. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you very much, Jeff.
Good. You're welcome. All right. As Gerald writes in the keynotes section of the new TrendsJournal, bring on peace, bring on prosperity. Do you remember the reasons you were given for why the United States launched the Vietnam War, the Afghan War, the Iraq War, the Libyan War? Do you really remember? How many of those reasons turned out to be lies? How many were true? Were those wars worth waging? The questions are worth serious thought. After all, your money went to fight them, and as the numbers prove, vast majorities of we the people proudly supported them. So by paying to wage those wars and praying for the troops who fought, died, and were mutilated in them, not to mention the collateral damage of the civilian population, 2 to 3 million in Afghanistan, 2 to 3 million in Iraq are reasonable estimates. There's a Holocaust for you right there. You have a monetary and moral investment in them. Take the largest, longest war in American history, the Afghan War. We were told by the President, Vice President, Cabinet members, Congress, the Pentagon, military experts, and the media why Afghanistan should be attacked. 88% of Americans agreed. But I could throw in here, were they above room temperature? Were they still able to think? Could they feed themselves? 88% of Americans agreed, and so did our NATO allies, that private bankster military force headquartered in Europe. What has that war accomplished? What was its cost in innocent lives? How much was destroyed? How much money was spent? Did it make any moral sense? Do you really remember why the war was started? This piece from the spring 2011 Trends Journal will help jog your memory, and it's listed right here. Now, 13 years later, a mere 17% of Americans support the Afghan war. And do you know why the number is so low? Well, according to Senator Carl Levin, a proponent of the war who voted for it in 2001, low public support is the fault of the media. God, how hysterical is that? The media, owned by 5 or maybe 6 corporations, 95 to 98% of it completely controlled and dominated by 5 or 6 corporations. And Carl Levin is blaming the media. What a joke. All right, my friend, let's get into this a little heavier. We've been led down the road and raped, pillaged, looted, and plundered, and it either has to stop now or it's over.
Oh, it's just getting worse. And what I'm doing, people say to me often, you pick out all the problems, but you don't provide solutions.
Oh, BS.
Yeah, I know. I continually provide solutions in each Trends Journal. And as you well know, it's as you mentioned, no advertisements, 50 pages, full color, on the highest quality material that money can buy.
It's our new Time magazine. Time magazine is dead.
As I say, ahead of time and beyond life.
Absolutely.
And so my solution, as you pointed out, bring on peace, bring on prosperity. I'm going to begin a OccupyPeace.us. That's anybody could sign up. OccupyPeace.us. It's there. We just put the site up. We're in the formation stage now. And it's based on 3 simple words, Jeff. No foreign entanglements. I'm up here in colonial Kingston, New York. It's one of the, bedrocks of the revolution. It's where democracy was born. And right next to me is the 1777 Senate House.
Huh.
This was the first capital of New York State.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And
place.
every one of the founding fathers, beginning with Washington's farewell address, no foreign entanglements. Jefferson, Madison, Franklin, Adams, go up and down the list.
Don't forget Celente.
No foreign entanglements.
If we had founding fathers today, you would be one of them.
Well, and so what I'm working toward is to bring all the troops home, to rebuild America, take the money that we're squandering on these losing wars.
Trillions.
When I wrote Trend Tracking, actually, in 1988, the United States has spent $13 trillion on the Cold War. Now it's probably up to $100 trillion.
Could be. We could have rebuilt this country and turned it into a shining, magical city of wonder. Just like in the movies. It could be something off-planet almost in its grandeur.
I know, and I just came in tonight, and I'm looking at the people, and I'm listening to them talk, and looking the way they're dressed, and thinking what this country has devolved into.
Yeah.
And if we could have put these resources into building the human spirit rather than the military-industrial complex, what a nation we can be. So we're building OccupyPeace.us. No other foreign nation is welcome. Do your own trip in your own country. This is only for Americans. And that's what this story is about. And I go through all the atrocities that have been committed, all the lies that have been told. Hey, look what's going on over there now in Libya. Wow, wonderful day, huh? It only killed 70. Man, you should go to Iraq over there, man. What? Yesterday they killed 34. That was a slow day. on the day before was 107. And on Sunday, 250. Man, the world is better off without Saddam Hussein, I says. Every day it's like that.
Yeah, let's look at the new Middle East, folks. You know what the new Middle East is, ladies and gentlemen? It's called Africa. All right? Mali, Somalia, Nigeria.
Got it.
They only killed 128 today. We're diving in there. The French are diving in there. The Brits are in there. The Israelis are all over the place in there. It's a race. The Chinese are in there. The Russians certainly have people in there. And guess who's being sacrificed and slaughtered? Humanity. The humanity that populates the African continent. This is the second imperial colonialization move into Africa. They don't give a good goddamn if all the Africans were to die. Oh, they want to keep some around to do manual labor.
They don't care if we die.
No,
Black,
no.
white, green, yellow. They could care less.
That's right. We'll go through the break, Todd. This issue of AIDS, HIV/AIDS, don't ever forget that was a device turned loose in the smallpox vaccine that was supposed to wipe out the great majority of people in sub-Saharan Africa. It didn't work. It mutated away from its fatal lethal forms into non-lethal forms and so on. But that was no accident. They wanted to depopulate that country to a large degree so they could walk in, take the resources, recolonialize it, and take over. It's no joke. Now, don't count that out again. But what we have right now is the new Middle East in Africa. That's a good story title, by the way.
No, you're right, and it's going on now. You know, you have the TrendsJournal. We what we did in our globalnomic piece, we showed all the unrest going on around the world, and then we took the four corners of the world. Now, remember, this came out a month ago, and the four corners were Venezuela, Thailand. Hey, just had a military coup there yesterday, didn't they?
No, it's just martial law. It's not a coup.
I'm sorry. I misspoke. And then we picked Nigeria, and this is before
That's a good call.
Save Our Girls.
Yeah, there it is.
And we also picked Ukraine. And now, of course, they're all in Ukraine obviously was in the news before, as was Venezuela, but not in the American media, Thailand and Nigeria. And Nigeria has about 174 million people. It's rich with oil. They have 20 billionaires. And 40% of the Nigerian people are living on less than $1 a day.
20 billionaires
problems over there.
20 billionaires in Nigeria?
Yes.
Joe? And they're all black? And they won't share their wealth with their own people.
So, again, it has nothing to do with race, creed, color,
Understood,
religion.
But Nigeria is a black nation.
It has nothing to do with male, female, gender doesn't count. It's people. And there are disgusting people in all of those categories. So what I'm saying is this is another ex-colony, as is Thailand, where very few have most of the money and most of the people have nothing. And the same thing as you go around the world. So what we're looking at here is a very volatile global situation that is ready to explode. Now, I'm sure that the people that follow your show know about Hunter Biden.
They know about the what?
Hunter Biden.
Give me more.
Well, you see, when you're an important person, you have like an initial in front of your name.
Oh, yes. Okay. All right, sorry. What would yours be? X, Gerald Celente?
Yeah.
Y or Z?
Well, A. Let's start with
that's right. A, Gerald.
A, Gerald Celente, yeah.
All right.
And, Hunter Biden happens to be the boy of Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
There's a couple of Biden boys.
There's Bo Biden. Bo Biden. Hunter. Hunter Biden